ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वर्ष नंबर 399। समाहितायां सतिचित्तवृत्तौ परमात्मनि ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पे न दृश्यते कश्चिदयं विकल्पः प्रजल्पमात्रः परिशिष्यते यतः। I repeat again. समाहितायां सतिचित्तवृत्तौ परमात्मनि ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पे न दृश्यते कश्चिदयं विकल्पः प्रजल्पमात्रः परिशिष्यते यतः। The translation is, when the functions of the mind, the thoughts have merged in the Brahman, Paramatman, the Absolute, then this phenomenal world is perceived no longer. What remains thereafter is all mere talks. See the translation again. When the mind functions are merged in the Supreme Atman, the Brahman, the Absolute, none of this phenomenal world is seen. Hence, it is reduced to mere talk. In previous verses, we studied that you have to remove all superimpositions. And having removed all superimpositions, only Brahman will remain. Now he is stating the state in which Atman can be realized. It is asampragyat samadhi. In other states, like walking, waking state, dream state, we see the Atman but with superimpositions. In these states, waking state or dream state, mind is fully functioning. And when mind does not work, that is the mind state of asampragya samadhi. Samahitatyam satichitta vrittam. One thing has to be understood, and that is the mind. Very important, very special for every seeker or every state. The mind is a very, very big point. In this, Vivekchudamani, Shankaracharya has given so many times the definition of mind. Here also, mind is very important point. Mind means what? Mind, it takes two names in different places. When it is within, then we call it mind. And when it is without, then we call it world, universe, phenomenon. Within is subtle, and without is same mind, without it gross. It becomes gross in the form of universe. Universe does not have any existence without mind. If there is no mind, you will not find any universe, any phenomenon. The expansion of the mind is world. So, mind is within and mind is without. Mind is playing everywhere. Within mind we call the mind, and without mind we call it object, universe. There is only one thing. I repeat again and again. There is only one thing. Sometimes it is a mind, and other times the same thing is as a universe. So, two aspects of one thing. If no mind, no world. So mind is playing within and mind is playing without, everywhere. Here Shankaracharya says, Samahitayam sati chitta vrittam. Chitta vrittam means the modification of the mind. The modification of the mind, thought process. And it will happen only in asampragyat samadhi. In asampragyat samadhi, mind does not work. In this state, mind emerged into self, into Atma. In this state, the thought process stopped completely. There is no thought. And same condition, same state, Patanjali also wrote in his Yoga Sutra. He says, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. The yoga means completely cessation of the modification of the mind. That is the yoga. All other are just preparations. Very single, very smart, very short definition of the yoga Patanjali has given: the cessation of the mind, modifications, completely. And that is asampragyat samadhi. And here Shankaracharya also emphasizes again and again about this state. Samahitayam sati chitta vrittam. In this state, the mind merges into self, into consciousness. And if there is no mind, there is no phenomenon, no words. And mind can exist only in duality. Mind creates duality. For mind You have to have 2 points at least. Sometimes mind stays 1 point, and next moment it goes to another point. Like sometimes you enjoy happiness, but you cannot enjoy happiness all the time. I mean, worldly happiness. You cannot enjoy the happiness all the time. You need sadness. It is a requirement. Unhappiness. So mind wants option. And Brahman is without option. Mind cannot work with the consciousness. It can work with inert. So he says, Chitta Vrittau Samahitaya. In that state, all modification of the mind becomes quietened. There is no mind. And it goes to Paramatmani Brahmani Nirvikalpa. The mind merges into Brahman, Paramatmani, and which is Nirvikalpa, without option. So Shankaracharya says, if someone enters in this state, state of beyond of mind, only then the entire world will disappear. Otherwise, in other states, you can hear, you can listen, you can talk. The world is unreal, the world is mithya, it is appearance, it is maya. It is just talking. In this state or in other state, you can talk it, but you cannot realize it. The experience will be only in asampragya samadhi. So now you may have question. Shankaracharya says, there is no words. He says, prapanch. Time. But world is exist. A world is as before. World is same. There may be so many realized person. For them, there is no world, but nothing has happened to the world. World is same. So understand what does mean by mithya. It does not mean if someone get realization, the earth, the water, everything will destroy. The entire universe will destroy. The entire universe will come to an end. No, this is not meaning. For the realized person, the creation will not remain as a creation. For realized person, the creation will remain as a Brahman, not a creation. Drishyate kaschid ayam vikalpa. So Shankaracharya says, in asampragya samadhi, in this state, the all universe is mithya. disappear, illusion. Only Brahman is truth. And slowly, gradually, the seeker gets a realization, an establishment in this state. Then what happens? When he is waking state, for him, for realized person, the waking state, not only waking state, for him, waking state is also like a asampragya samadhi. For the realized person, every time, even he is in dream or in waking state, every time the world is just illusion. He has understood it. Prajalpa matra. Prajalpa matra means like you are talking about a movie. You saw a movie, it was very good movie. But you know it is just a movie. It is not reality. Prajalpa matraha in waking state, even in dream state, for the realized person, the world is there, but just vacharambanam vikaro nam dhiyam. There is nothing but just consciousness every time he experiences consciousness. Not as a world. Earth is there. Water is there. Fire is there. But fire is not only fire. Fire is Brahman. Water is Brahman. And that is why our rishis made some rituals to know that reality in water, in earth, in air, in space, everywhere. That is why they worship. Prajalpa matra parishishyate. For him, there is just a thought object, nothing reality. Now see the next one. Asat kalpo vikalpoyam vishwa ityek vastuni nirvikare nirakare nirvishese vidakta. I repeat again. Asat kalpo vikalpoyam vishwa mityek vastuni nirvikare nirakare nirvishese vidakta. The meaning is, in the one reality, the conception of the universe is a mere imagination. How can there be any distinctions in the reality which is changeless, formless, and qualityless? I repeat again the translation and listen very carefully. It is very meaningful. In the one entity, the conception of the universe is a mere imagination. How can there be any diversity in the reality which is changeless, formless, and absolute? Before entering this verse, I would like to tell you a story. Very good story, very ancient story. Story is like this. Once a magician came to the king and he said, "O king, I am a magician. I want to show you a magic for your entertainment. And if you like it, you will give some reward to me. The king said, okay, it's okay. And he managed everything. There was a big crowd because the magician was very famous. So very big crowd gathered, and there was open ground. There was big crowd, king himself with his family, and managed everything, whatever were required. And he started. So in very beginning, he was showing some normal tricks, and everyone was enjoying. There was nothing special, but magic is magic. And suddenly, in the sky, there were lots of sound, lots of noises, as if there is war going on in the sky, like a war. Fighting is going on. And magicians told the king, he said, sorry, I have to go because there is a big problem in the sky. There is a war going between gods and demons, Devata, Dana, and very big fight. So I have to go to help of gods. I'm needed there. King said, okay. But he said, I request you to take care of my wife. In case I would die, you give me promise. The matter was belong to gods, and he was trying to help to gods. So king said, okay, I will promise. I will take care of your wife, your family. So don't fear. You are going for a good cause. Don't worry. I will take care. And the magician threw a thread in the sky. Its one edge went in the sky and stuck there somewhere in the sky. It was not visible. And he was ready to go. And again he confirmed with the king. He said, do you remember your words? You will take care for my wife? King said, okay, yes, I remember. And everyone was surprised. They never come across such wonderful experience. Everyone was eagerly waiting for next moment. What is going to happen? So they were watching. The magician climbed in the sky through that thread, and slowly he becomes disappear in the sky. There were so many sounds, so many noises. Fighting was going on. 1 hour passed by. Another hour went by. And One hand of the magician fell in the ground. After some time, his another hand also fell. One leg, another leg, and slowly, all body fall in the ground. The wife of the magician said to king, he said, there is no meaning of my life without my husband. So I want to die with my husband's body. Arrange some fire for me. King said, you should not die. I will take care of you as I promised. But she was so insistent. No, I have to die. And you kept promised my husband, you will take care of me. So just manage some fire. I want to die with my husband's body. King managed everything. Fire of the magician and the wife also burned with the body. And everyone was shocked. What happened? Suddenly, everyone was shocked. And suddenly, they saw the magician appears in the before of the king. He said, O king, battle is over. Thank God, God's won the battle. Now where is my wife? King said, she went with your body. He said, but how? I am alive. Burned. The king becomes so afraid. Then magician said, don't worry. Nothing has happened. No war. Nothing. It just was magic. Nothing else. The magician, nothing, who went in the sky, actually this person not was real magician. It was made by magic. The thread, the wire, the noises, everything was created by magic. And real magician was hidden in the crowd. No one was saying. Here, the moral of the story is a common magician can confuse you, delude you. This is the big Maya, very big Maya. The whole world is magician's magic. And magicians is everywhere. The only problem is we can't see the magician. We are watching always magic. We are in Vedanta. This chapter is very important. The chapter is no diversity in reality. No diversity in reality, very important chapter. Actually, the disciple is ready. The seeker is qualified. He can observe the teaching of the high quality. So master is happy, master wants to give all secrets of science of Brahman. The master opens his heart and wants to give everything. As master is rare, some disciples also rare. He says, Asat kalpo vikalpoyam vishwam iteka vastuni. 3 words we have to understand here. Nirvikar, Nirakar and Nirvishis. These words will come again and again. I repeat again. Nirvikar, Nirakar, Nirvishis. So first is Nirvikar. Vikar means modification. Modifications like we sow a seed in the earth, it becomes sprout, then slowly a plant and tree. All are the modification in the seed. The reality, the truth has no modification, no changes. As it was in previous ages, same is now, and same will be forever. Always the same. No changes. And you can decide wherever it changes happens, this is not real. So first is Nirvikar, another is Nirakar. Nirakar means there is no shape, no form. Shape or forms will make you limited. Without limit, the forms or shapes are not possible. For shapes, limitations is needed. And this truth is everywhere. So this is Nirakar. No akar, no shape. Third one is Nirvishes. Nirvishes. Vishes means quality. You have quality, like you are a rich person, you have wealth, beauty, energy, manpower, anything you can have. That is very special. You are not common because you have something. And see, someone may be president, minister, anything. You may have property, power, prestige, but think about the supreme truth. It does not have anything. See the poor guy? The Brahman, the Supreme Self, does not have anything because he is without second. You have something. You have property because you are different. Your property is different. You can have your body. You are different. Your body is different. You have lots of things. But see the Brahman, he is nothing. Nothing. Alone. Nirvishesha. This Nirvishesha, these are 3 words. So, Nirvikar, Nirakar, Nirvishes. So God is without quality. Let's understand the whole process. it has to be known. In Vedanta, there is a very, very famous doctrine. We call it Ajativad. Ajativad means the absolute is not subject to birth. Ajativad means the absolute is not subject to birth, change, and death. Ajati. Jati means birth, creation, origination. It may refer to physical birth, but also mental, any type. Vad means doctrine. Now take together, Ajativad means the doctrine of no origination, none creation. The basic principle of the Vedanta. Now there is a question. If you are saying that there is no creation, but what about empirical worlds? What this world is everything experiences this world. And you are saying there is no world? So, listen carefully. Take one by one. It is universal truth, and everyone can know it, and everyone admits that this world is no doubt. This world is without doubt. Yes, that's right. We are also agree. World is here. But one thing is clear, nothing is permanent in this creation. Just remember one principle. Nothing is permanent in this creation. Some objects may destroy in a day, like flower. They are very fragile. And other can take millions of years for their destruction. One can die within 1 minute. Another can take millions of years. But their destruction is must. Only difference is in duration. Duration. So the quality is the same. In every object, the quality is same, and that quality is impermanent. It may be earth, it may be sun, it may be galaxy, it may be anything. It has to die. It will take years of years, millions of years, it does not matter. The quality of destruction is there. So all universe has one quality, and that is the quality of dying. One thing die, another takes birth. This is the nature of the universe. So no one thing is clear. So now one thing is clear, that nothing is permanent entity in this world. Nothing is permanent entity forever in this universe. It is very logical. Anyone can understand it. And same thing is being said here by Vedanta. When Vedanta says mithya, it does not mean there is nothing. The meaning is the creation is not apart from the consciousness. Whatever is, it is a mere divine. Nothing different from the divine. It is not being stated that there is no earth. When we listen Vedanta and Vedanta says there is Jagatit Mithya, immediately we have question, if everything is Mithya, then what about the mountains, the rivers, the buildings, the roads, rivers? No, it does not mean. Vedanta says, Asat kalpo vikalpoyam vishwam ek vastuni. Ek vastuni, there is one reality. And see the wording of the Shankaracharya. He does not give any name. God, Bhagavan, Ishar, Brahm. No, he's not giving any name. He says, Ek Vastuni, one truth. There is only one truth, you call it Sat. So Sat is everywhere. And this Sat is truth. Asat kalpo vikalpoyam. And in this Sat, because of our imaginations, there are so many diversities. The world appears. Nothing created. There is no creation. I remember the verse of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. In second chapter, Lord said, Arjuna, the unreal can never come into being. The unreal can never come into being. And the real never ceases to be. Creation means what? What is creation? If you have any device, so what does it mean by creation? What does it mean made? There were so many parts and you assembled it. It becomes one piece. But before one piece, there were many pieces. Now the many becomes one. This is not production. This is not creation. They assemble. Nirakare. So Shankaracharya is saying there is one truth, and that one truth which is without modification, without shape, without quality, so creation of the world is not possible. Now next one. दृष्टु दर्शन दृश्यादि भाव शून्य ही एक वस्तुनि निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे भिदा होता. I repeat again. दृष्टु दर्शन दृश्यादि भाव शून्य ही एक वस्तुनि निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे भिदा होता. See the verse. एक वस्तुनि. He is repeating again and again same word vastuni. Vastu means reality. First see the translation. In the one reality, devoid of the distinctions of seer, seeing and seen, etc., how can there be any distinctions in that which is changeless, formless, and absolute? See the translation again. In the one reality, devoid of the concept of seer, seeing, and seen, which is changeless, formless, and qualityless. See, Ek Vastuni. He is repeating again and again, Ek Vastuni. One truth. One truth. That truth is Nirvikar, Nirakar, Nirvishes. Again and again, Ek Vastuni. So see the approach of Shankaracharya. He is not giving any name. You may give. You give any name. Up to you. You are free. You can give any name. You can give any shape because you are imagining. But Shankaracharya is very close to truth. That is why he is not giving any shape, any name. He says again and again, Ek Vastuni. In Ek Vastuni means the one reality. The one reality. Absolute reality. There is one reality. In that reality, Drishtu Darshan Drishyadi Bhava Shunya. See, this universe exists. How do you know? Here is a chair, or building, or mountain. If someone asks you, how do you know? Who says? You say, I see. I am the proof. There is no need any proof. I am watching. There is a chair. I am seeing there is a mountain. Enough. So existence of the world is because of you. You are there. That is why world is. You are experiencing the world. That is why world exists. You are authority about the world. You are witness. And world is being witnessed. Here are three things. Drishtu, Darshan, Drishya. Drishtu means the seer. Drishya, object. And seen, the knowledge, the bridge. These three things are the world. Wherever these three things is, where there three things exist, in the waking state, in the dream, this is the world. And so experience worldly objects, we need three of them. We need Drashta, the seer, object also, and knowledge. If one thing is missing, the whole process will stop. But Shankaracharya says, Drishtu Darshana Drishyadi Bhava Shunya. And this principle will not apply in the consciousness for the self. Drishtu Darshana Drishyadi Bhava Shunya Ek Vastuni. About truth, we are talking about truth. That truth is not like worldly experience. We cannot experience it is like an object. How soon this principle will not work. Stop. Yes, this is different. Your nature is drishta, witness. By nature, you are witness. You are witness not because of object. If you are in deep sleep, there is no object, no light, no sense organs, no knowledge is happening, still you are witness. This is your nature. Nature will remain with you always. Like in your room, there is a light. But in the room, there is no object. So you are not watching any object because there is no object. But light is there. Light is there. So your nature is witness always with you, but this witness, their witnessed and witnessing the process of three is, this witness is not remains always. So Shankaracharya says, Nirvikare, Nirakare, Nirvisheshe. In this Brahman, there is no diversity. Now, next one. Kalparanava iva atyanta paripurnaika vastuni nirvikare, nirakare, nirvisheshe vidakuta. I repeat again, very beautiful verse. Kalparanava iva atyanta paripurnaika vastuni nirvikare, nirakare, nirvisheshe vidakuta. Very similar verses. The translation is, in that one reality which is all full of overflowing like the ocean after the dissolution of the universe, which is a changeless, formless, and absolute, how can there be any distinctions? See the translation again very carefully. It's a very similar verse, very similar principle. He says, in the one entity which is perfectly full and motionless, like the ocean after dissolution of the universe, which is changeless, formless, and absolute, hence there can be no diversity. Very similar verse. The other logic is he is giving here. Kalparanava iva, like ocean, and not normal ocean. Ocean here is Kalparanava. So what does mean Kalparanava? In mythology, there is a description of Mahapralaya. Mahapralaya, the great dissolution of the universe. Sometimes partial destructions happens. One part of the earth becomes destroyed, but another part is safe. Sometimes another part becomes destroyed, other earth is safe. But when time comes of Mahapralaya, the great destructions, it called Kalp. It is a time period when Kalp comes, and that time the all earth merges into water. The earth merges into water. There is no earth, no mountain, no Himalaya, no any mountain, just everywhere one ocean. Water, 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 water everywhere. This is the second state of the Mahapralaya. In first state, the all diversity of the earth, like trees, animals, human beings, everything will be finished. Earth becomes one. After some time, the all oceans, they break their limitations and they meet each other. They meet each other, and everywhere earth becomes merged into sea, ocean. So everywhere water is water, 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 water. Nothing can be seen. Only water. In that state, you cannot say this water belong to river Ganga, this water belong to Yamuna, this water belong to Ocean Pacific. No. Everywhere water is water. You cannot make any separation. Everywhere water. All qualities has gone. All limitations has gone. All separation have gone. Just water. No Ganga, no sea, no this ocean, that ocean, no sewer, no sweet water, no salt water, just water. Shankaracharya says same. Ekar Maharanav, Kalparanam. It is a Kalparanam. Everywhere water. Same, he says, Paripuranaika Vastuni. The supreme truth, the absolute truth is Paripurana. Everywhere. Everything is immersed into the Brahman. Brahman is everywhere. If you can see, you will see only Brahman. If you cannot see, you cannot see Brahman anywhere. It is so close, so completely, so perfect. If you have the vision, you will see there are no diversities, no vikalpa, no varieties, no earth. There is no earth, just consciousness. Through the earth, you will see the consciousness. Through the water, you will see the consciousness. Through the fire, you will see the consciousness. Every way will take you to consciousness. You will reach finally consciousness. There is nothing, no earth, no water, no mountain, no rivers, just consciousness. He says, Nirvisheshe Nirakare. There is diversity. Only one truth is here everywhere. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Isharo Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.